From simple street scams to gaining unrestricted access to your banking information, here are 10 sneakiest thievery tricks to avoid. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to They Will Kill You. Hit the like button and request any topics you'd like to learn about in the comments section below. Number 10. Dropped wallet trick. Thieves usually use the dropped wallet scam to target tourists. Even though it isn't the sneakiest or most ingenious trick, numerous cases have been reported in China and Eastern Europe. The thief will pretend to drop their wallet next to a mark in a public space. The scam begins when they pick up the wallet and return it to the thief. After looking to the wallet, the thief accuses the mark of stealing from the wallet and begins to make threats that involve calling the police. Variations of the scam include accomplices pressuring the mark to pay up, or even those impersonating police officers. Whether out of fear, embarrassment, or the confusion felt from being in a different country, the mark usually pays the amount they've been accused of stealing. Number 9. Money on the windshield trick. Stealing unoccupied cars has become increasingly more difficult for thieves due to more advanced locking devices, car alarms, and anti-theft devices. That's why car thieves have reportedly resorted to a different technique that involves placing a $100 bill or currency of similar value on a car's rear window. In order for the trick to work, the owner of the vehicle must get out of the car to retrieve the bill and leave the keys in the ignition. While this is happening, the thief quickly gets inside the vehicle and drives off. There have been many reported instances of the trick being used around the world, although its effectiveness is debated. Number 8. Distressed relative scam. This is a trick that's usually used on the elderly, in which thieves use their kindness and vulnerability against them. The way it works is that thieves will call or email an elderly relative, usually a grandparent, and tell them that their grandchild is in some kind of trouble. A frequently used story is that the grandchild has been kidnapped or arrested and that their relatives have to send money immediately in order to help them. The grandparents are instructed to use wire transfer or money order. In order for the story to work, the mark has to do as instructed without contacting anyone else that might let them know they're being scammed. Number 7. False thief. Checking for our valuables is something that we often do without even realizing it. This instinctive reaction can be triggered by various factors such as spotting a suspicious person, walking in a crowded area, or simply randomly reassessing where certain objects might be in case we need them. A group of pickpockets will sometimes force this reaction with a trick called false thief. One of them will yell, "Thief!" or make a big commotion about how their wallet was stolen. While this is happening, the other pickpockets are on the lookout to spot people in the crowd checking their pockets to make sure they weren't robbed. From that point on, the thieves know where several people keep their valuables, and it's just a matter of selecting the right target for a basic bump and grab. Ironically, a shortcut to this trick for thieves is waiting around signs that warn for pickpockets. When people see the sign, they tend to check their pockets, thus giving away the location of their valuables. Number 6. Terrace table trick. This is a brazen trick and one that you wouldn't expect to work as often as it does. At a terrace or even an indoor restaurant, if you leave your phone, tablet, or wallet on the table, a passerby will approach you with a map, clipboard, or another piece of paper. Regardless of their reason for approaching you, the passerby will do their best to look the part they're assuming. When the passerby approaches, they will cover the targeted valuable with the map or piece of paper and start talking to you. As this is happening, an accomplice quickly swipes the targeted object. Thieves will also use this trick if they see that the cash for your restaurant bill is on the table. Number 5. Distressed lover scam. This scam has been around since the early days of the internet, and it's used by thieves to target people that are lonely and vulnerable. It involves the thief developing a romantic connection with the mark either through social media or dating websites. The exchanges on behalf of the thief are meant to gradually gain the mark's trust and come with promises of love, a committed relationship, or even marriage. A person doing this will often be meticulous, both in building their profile and in using the information available from the mark's profile. Then, the thief reveals that they're in desperate need of money, citing anything from a family tragedy to being in bad health or in imminent danger. Some simply ask for money so that they can come see the mark. Once the thief receives the money or something of monetary value, they either vanish without a trace or continue to manipulate the mark. Number 4. Gold ring trick. This one is very popular, particularly in Paris, and it involves a scammer leaving a gold ring in plain sight. As an unsuspecting tourist approaches the ring, the scammer will pick it up and ask the tourist if the ring belongs to them. To the untrained eye, the ring looks valuable, and the scammer will try to convince their mark that it's made out of gold. In reality, it's just made from cheap metal and covered with gold coloring, and usually costs under $1. If the tourist says that the ring doesn't belong to them, the scammer will try to sell them the ring. The usual claim is that the scammer can't keep the ring for themselves out of religious beliefs, or that they simply need the money. The tourist is assured that the ring is valuable, will bring them luck, and provide a fun memory of Paris. Some cases were reported with tourists paying the equivalent of $60 for what's essentially a worthless piece of metal. If you're in Paris and this happens, the best thing to do is to keep saying no and to keep walking. Number 3. Beijing tea scam. Scammers in Beijing will befriend tourists, and after talking for a while, they'll invite them to attend a traditional tea ceremony. This is in no way meant to sound like a sales pitch, but rather is something that the scammers do every day and is part of their lives. Thus, tourists feel grateful to take part in an authentic experience. They'll arrive at the ceremony and drink a small amount of tea without being shown a menu. The tea house owner will then present the group with an exorbitant bill, which may consist of more than $50 per head. The mark's supposed new friends each take out their cash, unsurprised by the bill, as if it was a routine price. The mark typically doesn't want to look cheap or like they're insulting the local culture, and will pay the bill as well. What they don't know is the scammers and tea house owner are working together and splitting the profits. This scam has many variations used around the world, including lectures, special shows, or art galleries, but the general gist of it remains the same. Number 2. Phishing. This is a common online scam that tricks people into giving up their sensitive personal information. The thief will send the mark an email pretending to be from a well-established company like Apple or PayPal, ones they know the mark has dealings with. The mail, which follows the template used by the actual company, will ask the recipient to verify some personal information and will also provide a link to the company's website, which is made to look authentic. Usually, the thief will imply a degree of urgency in the mail, stating that the mark's account is blocked, or that they must provide said information in order to continue to use the company's services. The mark clicks the link, which often leads to a form requesting the mark's name, address, and credit card details. Once the form is submitted, the thief is in possession of the mark's personal information. A simple action, like double-checking the website's address, is often enough to prevent this scam from taking effect. Number 1. ATM card skimming. Automatic teller machines are a quick and easy way to gain access to your funds, but this process comes with a degree of risk. Credit card skimming has gained thieves millions of dollars worldwide. Skimmers are typically placed over card swipe mechanisms on ATMs and gas stations, but they can work with almost any type of credit card reader. Some devices can hold the details of more than 30,000 card users. As the card is being swiped through a skimmer, the device captures the information stored on the card's magnetic stripe. The cardholder's full name, as well as the card's number and expiration date, are stolen and may be used to make fraudulent charges. When it comes to ATMs, thieves can also place a hidden camera nearby, which records people entering their PIN number. With all the necessary information now in their possession, they can make clone cards and withdraw cash from the holder's account. Spotting a skimmer on an ATM can be hard, unless you're looking for one. Parts of the reader might be loose or might not fit properly, and the pin pad may be thicker than normal. These can be considered signs that the machine has been tampered with.